All right, so you've got your sights set on IIM Indore's awesome 5-year IPM program. That's huge. But before you get too deep into the prep, let's talk about the numbers. In this explainer, we are going to break down the brand new official fee structure for the 2026 to 2031 batch. So let's just get right to it and tackle the one question that's probably on everyone's mind. When you add it all up, what's the actual price tag on this thing? What's the real investment for this top-tier degree? Okay, for the first 3 years of the program, you're looking at a number right around 6 lakh rupees per year. But, where does that number actually come from? Let's dig a little deeper. And I want to be super clear here. This is not guesswork. This isn't a rumor. IIM Indore has put these exact figures right on their website. So what we're looking at is the official financial roadmap for the incoming 2026 batch. So how does that 6 lakh get broken down? Well, the great thing about the first 3 years is that they're really consistent and clearly laid out term by term. Let's take a look at your first year. The total fee is spread out across 3 terms, and you can see it's not just one big tuition bill. It covers your main course fee, a deposit for the mess, and some other initial charges like medical insurance and a refundable deposit. And yep, it all adds up to that rough 6 lakh figure we mentioned. And no big surprise here, the second year looks pretty much identical. It follows that same exact structure for terms 4, 5, and 6. You can even see how things like the mess deposit are broken down for each term, keeping it all nice and transparent. And you guessed it, year 3 keeps that same rhythm going. It's the exact same financial model. This consistency is actually brilliant because it gives you a really clear and predictable cost for the first big chunk of the program. So just to recap real quick, that yearly fee is more of a package deal. It's built on these 4 main things: the course fee itself, your mess deposit, a one-time refundable caution deposit, and your medical insurance premium. Okay, so that handles years 1, 2, and 3. Pretty straightforward. But wait a minute, it's a 5-year program, right? So what in the world happens after year 3? How do they even figure out the fee for those last 2 years? Well, to understand that, you need to know one simple acronym: PGP. This just stands for Postgraduate Program. It's the famous flagship 2-year MBA that the IIMs are known for all over the world. And here is where it all clicks into place. For your last 2 years in the IPM, your fees will be the exact same as the fees for the main PGP batch. Why? Because you'll be fully integrated with them. You're essentially joining the MBA program. So whatever that fee is when you get there, that's what you'll pay. Okay, let's just take a breath. When you start adding all this up, a 5-year plan that could easily go over 30 lakh rupees in total, it can feel, well, a little intimidating. But, and this is a big but, there is a very well-known financial path to make this happen. I mean, it's the first thing that pops into your head, right? How on earth is anyone supposed to afford this? It's a massive investment, and it is a completely normal and valid question to ask. But here's the good news, and you really need to hear this. The path to affording an IM education is actually way more accessible than you might think. There's a standard solution that thousands of students just like you use every single year. The solution, plain and simple, is an educational loan. For a top-tier institute like an IIM, banks are practically eager to provide funding. Honestly, this flips the whole problem on its head. Getting the loan is not the real hurdle. It's just a logistical step you take after you've done the really hard work of getting in. And that right there brings us to the most important takeaway from this whole fee discussion. Once you realize that the money part is a solvable problem, it allows you to shift your perspective and focus on what truly matters right now. Now, listen to this advice because it comes directly from experts who guide IPM aspirants every single day. Their message is simple: focus on getting in. The loan part, that's not the difficult task. The real challenge, the thing you can actually control, is getting that acceptance letter. So here's the bottom line. Channel all of that energy, all that worry you might have about the cost, and redirect it. Pour it into your studies, into your mock tests, into your strategy. Securing your admission, that is the mountain you need to climb. The finances, that's just the manageable path waiting for you on the other side. So we'll leave you with that thought. Now that the fee structure is clear and the financial path is lit up, the question really isn't how will I pay for it? The real question is, what am I going to do today to earn my seat? Stay focused on that goal. You've got this.